what's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, the Iceman, Jeff Trunapole, and as always, I bring you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio. Home, remember this, home of the AFC champion Cincinnati Bengals. They're still the champs, just let you know. Anyway, do me a favor. If you found the show, hit that like and subscribe button. Smash that thumbs up. You guys are awesome. I'm up to 1,883 subscribers. That's great. Please help me get to 2,000 as fast as I can. So if you're watching on Facebook or Twitter and you have yet to subscribe to my channel, why not? Please do so. Please go to the YouTube channel Sports with Strawberries. Hit the subscription button, hit the bell notification, and every time I go live, you'll be notified. Also, exclusively in the YouTube chat crew, we're doing super chats. So if you like, I have a question that you make sure that me and Cap answer, give me a super chat. I greatly appreciate it. And as always, the Ice Cave is brought to you by T Properties. T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out their website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. And I got another sponsor. This show and every show is brought to you by Jackpot Joey Beer. Make sure you go get a delicious Jackpot Joey Beer. It is flying off the shelves. They cannot keep it in stock. It is awesome. Now, moving on to that. Next Sunday, we will be having a Jackpot Joey Bengals watch party. We're going to be at the RJ Theater. If you don't know where this is right next to Jungle Gym's Eastgate. So you got nice leather seats, cushiony seats. You got a big-ass movie screen to watch the game on. There's no cost to get into it. Now, you have to buy all your food and drink yourself, obviously, but there's no cost to get in. So show up, have some fun, have some Jackpot Joey beer, and watch the Bengals beat the Jets because I'm telling you, got my orange-colored sunglasses around here somewhere. Right? We're going 15-2. Also, first 50 people that get there, you'll be entered into a raffle for a chance to win a can or a draft. I'm not sure which one of Jackpot Joey beer. Also, halftime, we'll be giving away some Jackpot Joey stuff. So, anyway, if you guys want to show up, like I said, it's at RJ Theater, right when game time starts. So make sure you guys show up there and let's have a party. All right, what's going on to everybody in the chat? It is already blowing up. I appreciate it. Stranger, you're in there. Who's there? Brad's in there. Aquil's in there. Keith, Greg, Who Day Nation's in there. Haas. Anyway, you guys, awesome. I love seeing all you guys in there. Welcome to the show. Thanks for supporting us. Now, I know we have not gotten off to the start that we all have wanted. Trust me, I thought we might be 10-0. I was wrong. To me, it's still all very, very fixable. I mean, the offensive line to me is communication. You can't let one of the best pass rushers in the league run right by you and nobody touch it. So those all could be fixed. They have to get off to better starts. I mean, that's one of the biggest problems the last 2 games. We got off to a terrible start, and like Zach said in his press conference today, we go down 2 touchdowns, and we had to come back and win. Now, last year, the same thing happened, but they were able to pull them out. This year, it hasn't worked out that they've been able to pull them out. Joe Burrow has brought them to the cusp of winning both games. So all the stuff that's been going on, Joe's still throwing darts. Chase is still hanging in there. T's still hanging in there. They're all hanging in there. It's going to get better. I promise it's going to get better. I'm hoping by next week. We'll see what happens. Anyway, let's get to the main reason you guys are here, and that's to hear from the one and only Bengals captain. What up, Cap? Who day, brother? Who day?
I'll apologize ahead of time. If you see a lot of brown stuff in my teeth, let me know in chat. But I can't stop eating these. Dark chocolate, thin pretzel chips. I'm addicted. So anyway, I love dark chocolate. Side note, I wanted everybody to join, even just for a few minutes. I know we got the usuals, Greg, Tim, a lot of people that support your show, and I appreciate it because I'm on here. I've got a question, and everybody hopefully is gathering their multiple phones. I can answer it twice if you got a couple. I got more phones here, but I'm not going to do that.
I'm
20
getting
seconds.
ready. Hold on a second. I got my Jackpot Joey beer.
20 seconds to answer this question. I want to know, for everyone, and I'm going to draw it out to give you a few extra seconds time. For everyone that has a major problem with the play calling. I want to know what specifically. I need details that you see wrong, why it's failing, and what change you suggest. Go.
That's a good question. So the question is, if you have a problem with the play calling, what do you suggest that they do? That's, I guess most people on Twitter are, better play callers than Zach Taylor. At least they claim to be, right?
It's a trap. I wanted to cue up the Star Wars. It's a trap. It's a trap. It is absolutely a trap. While people are answering this, and we might have to go back and catch up on chat because I'm going to skip ahead to answers here. Hey, Cat Poll, Broncos are the ones with a coaching issue, LOL. Akila, I don't think the offensive issues are black and white. Absolutely agree. Dustin Cross, spacing. A lot of routes, it seems like routes are clustered together. Okay, so this is one of the I see people, Zach sucks as a play caller. And then I have pressed them privately. They have no clue how to explain it. They saw someone else say it, and they just don't understand enough, and they hate Zach. I'm not on board with that. I'm not going to get on board with that. I need data. That is one of the first examples of like a detail and spacing. I can tell you for a fact that the spacing is not put on paper or practiced the way it is in game sometimes. We go back to that first game. Mike Thomas pushed his defender back into the target of the play, Jamar Chase, in the corner of the end zone. I mean, even in the stands, anytime you see two guys that close together, something's wrong. Something is probably wrong. And sure enough, he pushed his guy back too far. The defender was able to get his hand on it. It would have been a touchdown to Chase. That was an execution issue. Wasn't the play call, wasn't the play design. That was completely execution. Boy, people coming in beyond the 20-second mark. Maybe a couple people are on Twitter trying to find an answer. I'm kidding.
Here's one. Charles said, quit running the damn ball so often.
Here's a problem. People are teeing off on Joe. The offensive line is not communicating well. They're not executing well right now. You still have to run the ball. I mean, teams who throw the ball a lot are still trying to run the ball. We're not throwing the ball real well either. And that's a more general thing. I get it. I would love to see quick throws, but every time I'm in the bar, okay, I'm at Pecan Pennies, and I see a 3rd and 3. Joe drops back. I'm like, all right, get rid of it. Right there. Nope, holding on. I'm like, yeah. Sack.
He is holding on to the ball too much. I said that.
And that's not universal. It's not every down.
No.
When we say that, I don't want people taking that out of, apparently Ace Boogie's getting a lot of people saying that 100% of the sacks are on Joe. And yeah, no. We're not talking those extremes either.
No, not 100%. When the guy's running free because we completely missed the block, that's not on Burrow. That's a misassignment.
Great
completely.
Offensive line experts on Twitter have already diagnosed a lot of the issues, and it's O-line issues. If we remember,
I'm trying to go for the first ones that got in here.
Yeah, and you know what? We have, I feel like. There have been openings. We're not taking them. We're not taking the stuff that's underneath. We're looking down the field too far. And it's weird when I see people will say, well, the Bengals aren't taking enough shots. And I'm like, well, when you say that, you mean Burrow's not taking enough shots. Now, why he's not, he's got some legit reasons. Being worried about holding on to the ball and getting crushed by Micah Parsons, that's a decent reason. We've got to do better protecting him. But it happened last year. The analytics came out, and the run-pass mix was run heavy the first 1 game, 2 game. Everybody's like, oh, Zach sucks. And then it changed, as it always does, as they adjust, as they go in, week to week. And then at the end of the year, people are saying, oh, I'm so sorry I doubted Zach. I was wrong about Zach. those same people are now saying, oh, Zach sucks, as if they forgot that they said, I'm sorry, I got it. Right. He's the same guy that had Mixon throwing a touchdown in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
You know what? There's a different level of execution. Could he improve? Could everybody in the coaching staff improve? Absolutely. Could I improve? I don't like the sound of my voice. I can improve on Jeff's show. I could be more handsome. I could work out more. I could not have the little cheap lights. I could have the smooth. I mean, there's so many things we all can improve. Absolutely. I just know, having sat in the film room with Marvin Lewis, having talked to a million coaches, not a million, about certain plays that Twitter experts called out, and I'm saying our Twitter, not actual like Dan Orlovsky, but some of our guys.
Right.
And
some of these I'm just gonna pop up so people see them.
I bring that to a coach, and then they show me the real play and what happened. People don't know. Fans don't realize. Yeah, quick slant works all day. We had some stuff underneath.
We had one drag. One thing I want to say, Cap, if people go back and I already watched the game like twice already. It's kind of hard. If you go back and you watch the 8-minute drive, where the punt hit the scoreboard and they for some reason missed that. But anyway, that didn't affect the Bengals. If you start watching that drive, a lot of those were quick hitters. So we had the first one, first time I think was quick hitter to Chase, where he widened the guy out. He went out and they came back in and got space and got the ball. A lot of that was there. So they weren't taking deep shots. And the thing is, it's kind of hard to take deep shots. You got to have at least a 5 to 7 step drop. You have to have time to throw the ball down there. And Joe didn't have time all day to throw the ball to take these deep shots. But if you actually watch that last drive, to me, it got better. And I know people get mad at Zach for the play call to Tyler Boyd, for us to go 3 and out after we got the ball back and tied the game up. But I'm like, it's a one-on-one play. TB should usually beats his guy. So it's just a good play by them. It just happens sometimes. And that's the problem when you fall behind by 2 touchdowns at the beginning of the game. That's the bigger issue is more than play calling, more than anything else, is we got to get off to better starts. We can't come out and lay an egg the first, half of the game.
People hated Andy Dalton, loved A.J. Green. A.J. Green, they're driving down the field to win a game late. A.J. Green fumbles. All the people who hate Dalton say, well, I'm not going to blame one play on the loss, even though literally that basically ended the game. So here we go with that last play, which I have not been able to look at all 22 yet. I don't know. I could text somebody, find out a little bit more about that play. I don't think it exactly went down how it was supposed to go down.
Well, that's the one where I think – is that the one where I think that's the one where the headsets went out too.
Right, which still, I've got a feeling there's a story behind that. And regardless, even if that one play, well, okay, Burrow throwing the turnovers at the end of the game against Chicago, and people are trying to blame Zach. Like, right. No, the whole of the game, when you just keep shooting yourself in the foot and not executing early and letting a team get that much of a lead, it does change everything about what you do. Let me work through some of these, and I'll catch up to some of the stuff that you're.
Let me see this right here. Tampa 2 leaves the center of the field wide open, which they did take advantage of that. Remember the shot to Hurst. Now they started doing that,
and there are opportunities that we're not throwing the ball.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, we've got the passing plays to do it. We're not getting the ball out for whatever reason.
What you got here?
Earl Flush Terry talking about, Burrow goes under center. We know it's a run. Hey, I saw Burrow under center throwing the ball. We're talking. He's under center, so I believe it's a lot more rare than shotgun. But we're not talking about a ton of plays. So it's like 1 or 2 or 3 of those plays isn't really going to swing. If you look at it like against the Steelers, I feel like if there would have been a 50-50 mix under center, that was like 3 plays out of 100. Like that's not enough to say, oh, that's definitely the game. Now, hopefully that does change, but
this is another one that I think has a lot to do with having a brand new offensive line. So the loudest stadium I've ever been in, false starts happen in this environment, which, again, we have to realize we have a brand new offensive line. All these guys haven't played together before. And I know it's excuses, but it's facts. They haven't. And it is a loud stadium. And I think, and we all agree that I think more often than not, the problems with the offensive line was communication. It's not skill. These guys can do it. These guys are talented and they're better than what we had last year. It's just they haven't played that much together. I got a super chat here. Short on here. Get the Dustin. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get to everybody. You guys are blowing the chat up. I appreciate it. But Dustin, shout out to you. As always, thanks for the $10 super chat. Teams can be known for stuff culturally. Like Bears have always had been bad offense. It feels like our culture of having bad
lines is sort of our brand. Sadly, just like business, it's always about results.
Yeah, there you go.
Now, Dustin, I'll disagree because we were always known for having the best offensive line in the NFL year in, year out in the 80s. That line was absolutely amazing. Now, Anthony Munoz helps. Max Montoya helps. We missed big in 2015. I see questions about Jonah Williams right now. Questions about Collins right now. I don't have answers to that. I think I like to understand someone's ceiling, and I think they are not playing up to the level that they can, and I think it comes together. But right now, it is a big, big problem.
Right.
So maybe we're not known as that team since 2016 when things started to kind of fall apart. But remember, I've got a buddy who's a Steelers fan who complains that they haven't drafted Steeler offensive linemen in early rounds since like 2012.
Right.
That is a long time. And look where their line is.
Mm-hmm.
That is a long time. It's a league-wide problem. We've got to fix ours because on paper, anybody who knows anything about offensive line graded our improvement huge. It was going to be a giant leap forward. And it's not been leaping anywhere.
It's not there yet.
Other than into oncoming traffic. That's a Frogger joke.
I'll keep saying. I'll just say yet. It's not there yet. I still believe they're going to get there.
Yet.
All right. Fuji88 said, I think this is kind of an interesting one. He said, I think the O will get it figured out, and more concerning with the pressure or pass rush long term. If Trey doesn't get pressure, it seems like they don't get any. Now, Sam did get some. That's not completely true. I don't think they're getting as much as we would like them to. I think Sam Hubbard did he get a sack? I'm pretty sure he did. I can't remember. I watched the freaking game twice. There was so much stuff that happened. I forget.
I don't think he did.
And Joseph Ossai was in there.
I don't understand defensive line not getting actual sacks.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, too, he was getting rid of the ball quick. That's another issue.
Yeah.
I mean, he you don't have the ball. I mean, we got a lot of – I would love to know how many hits we actually got on him. I know we hit him. But when we hit him and the ball's not there, it's a hit, but it's not a sack. So I think we are getting quality pressure on there. They were getting rid of the ball fast. And that's –
all right, I'm going to get through some of these, and I'm going to go quick. Haas, heat of the moment calls right. You know what? The challenge, he was thinking about challenge. The booth didn't get him the info quickly enough in the first game. Timeout. I don't think we're losing games because of that. We're just getting beat. We're getting beat early. We're getting beat early badly. We got to fix that. Another, cover 2, absolutely. Tampa 2, blah, blah, blah. You know what? And again, if we look at all 22, if we go back and watch the game, there are options. Burrow's not taking them. A couple of the routes I watch, I'm like, this person can run a better route than that. They're not executing. Chase alluded to that in the postgame presser, that they are not executing up to their potential. Stranger, Cap, I know how to tell my mechanic what's wrong. I'll leave how to fix that part of the pros. So that's when you know what's wrong. Now, take that analogy, and there's not enough power. What do you know? Some of these people are saying, hey, there's not enough power in my vehicle. I guarantee it's a tire inflation. I disagree.
I'm reading. Sorry. I got one for you here. Capel. He said, I think after looking at the All-22 from last week, and the broadcast this week, Joe Burrow is not in the right headspace. He's leaving guys wide open more during these first halves than ever.
Yep. Appendicitis? I mean, it could be. Could Joe be tired of the line, the offensive line play? Could Joe hate the play calling? Anything's possible. But Joe, to me, is not that kind of guy. I've only spoken as parents little bit, but everything that I have learned and we've learned about Joe up to like that point, and then hearing some of the stories from them, he's not that guy mentally. He's not that easy to break.
Like people are seeing him sitting.
He's just rusty.
The sidelines and the wide receiver, the Uno sitting on the sideline, all kind of dejected. I'm like, some people were saying, they know they're sick of the coach. I'm like, dude, no, they're pissed off that they're freaking losing.
I want to know. So all of you who can see someone sitting there like this and know exactly how they feel deep down emotionally, what are the next Powerball numbers? I want to know. Exactly. I need to win. You all sound crazy. Now, some people are saying, well, he just looked kind of, and you'll see me tweet that. You'll see me mention that. Like, hey, I don't know what's going on, but if I had to judge looking at somebody didn't look right.
What do you
That's
think about
fine,
this one?
but to deep down, he is angry that they put too much hot sauce in his burrito last night. That's that face. I've seen. What? Come on. Like, people are just trying to find ways to get mad. You take away all the stuff that you don't know for a fact, most people are left with nothing to support their claim that Zach Taylor stinks. That's what I want people to remember.
Check this one out. One Nation Underground. Roll out Joe. Something. The scheme is going to kill him.
The scheme is getting him killed. No, the scheme's not getting him killed. The offensive line miscommunication and poor execution is getting him killed.
Right.
It's also partly Burrow. I can't remember who put it out. Jake Lisco? Or no. Somebody else showed a video, and I was calling it out when I saw it live. There was a little bit of push on Joe's left. He stepped into it, and then spun around the opposite direction of where he should have spun, and then got sacked for like a 12-yard loss on 3rd down and 9.
And I agree with Dusty. Yeah, Joe's getting frustrated, of course. Yeah, of course he's getting frustrated. I don't think either one of us are saying that Joe's not getting frustrated. Yes.
But honestly, I don't know though too, because what I noted looking at Joe was it looked like Joe was trying to remember which episode his favorite line of SpongeBob came in. Like, deep in thought, like, was that the 2nd season? I mean, just no emotion, nothing. Right. And I tweeted out that you can't bleep and zero me moment.
Right.
Different dude, completely different dude.
Well, the thing is too, and I want to put this up here too, because I do have experience. I'm not an NFL football player or anything, but Capital here, Iceman, talk about how you felt after you got your appendectomy. How much would it suck to get sacked 7 times after a game? It would suck. I mean, I was younger when it happened. I'm not as young as Joe is, and I'm not an NFL quarterback, and I know nowhere close to the athlete he is. But just from personal experience, I had the exact same thing. Mine burst and everything. I went to the hospital and got it taken out and all that stuff. I mean, it took me, I would say, a good month and a half before I actually started feeling normal, because I still could feel tugging or whatever, because you're still that area you still don't want to get hit in. So yeah, I think this appendectomy is more, I don't want to say not serious, but of an issue as far as getting recovered, getting. We
were thinking he was just going to bounce back like it didn't happen, and that was probably dumb on my part, because I thought it.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it. I mean, but now it's like, yeah, well, you look at him, he doesn't look the same. He does look a little apprehensive, but I still think they're going to be fine. I mean, I know everybody's like, you're just a Bengals fan. I'm wholeheartedly. I'm a Bengals fan. I always look at everything through orange-colored sunglasses. I think they're going to fix this because, like I keep saying, the last 2 games, like last year, if you guys go back and watch the first 2 games of last year, they're almost the same freaking thing. We just won them, We're not winning them. That if we want, we're 2-0. People are not saying fire Zach Taylor.
And we executed better last year. WDN mentioned too much empty formation when passing. Tell that to Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow loves empty. The empty is because Joe Burrow wants it. B. Meyer, quick passing for sure. I feel like that's an easy overall. That's not necessarily scheme. That's what we all want. And Joe has some of those guys he could toss to quickly. I mean, they were given think about how many teams are trying to that late game heroics. Defense is trying to shut down all the deep passes. They're giving the underneath stuff and letting the clock run.
Mm-hmm.
We had that. How many times he could have hit Pirine, he could have hit Hurst, he could have hit somebody underneath and just dink it. It was interesting to me the way he talked about that one drive, because he was hitting some of that stuff underneath.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, we just need to remember that feeling, what that's like. And I feel like that is the opposite of his makeup. He wants to go for someone's throat.
Yeah.
And to dink and dunk down the
it's
field.
Hard for him.
Yeah. It seems like it might be hard. Not that he doesn't understand it, not that he doesn't have the ability. He absolutely does. But
he doesn't want to do it. He wants to go kill him.
Exactly. It goes against his killer instinct. He wants that home run. Shit, that's the way I play Madden. I'm always looking for that home run and that highlight when I could be winning whatever match I play if I just took what the defense gave to me. We're not doing that enough. So, again, I'm not hearing any major scheme stuff. Dean, what are your thoughts on Jackpot being more vocal and emotional towards his line? Maybe not a style, but he shows the emotion at me rub off. I hope he is at least in private.
You took the words out of my mouth. That's what I think. I don't think Joe is the type like if you watched. I watched a little bit of the Buccaneers game because I got red zone, so I was watching that, and I watched Tom Brady scream and holler and cuss out his guys. And everything. That's Tom Brady. That's anything wrong with it. He can do it. He's the GOAT. He's won 7 Super Bowls or whatever. I don't think that's Joe. I mean, Joe is more calm, more private, more he'll say stuff. He's going to say stuff to him, I think. I mean, there's no way he's going through all this and not saying anything. Or I think it's more private than trying to call him out in front of everybody. All right, what do you got?
Yeah. Joe Harrison, he talked about Malik Wright's show. He likes what he had to say. I caught little bits of it. Some of it I agreed with. Some of it I didn't. Again, I think it comes back to every year, look back at the tweets. We start off the season running the ball more than fans would like. Analytics shows it. Everybody points, that's the reason, fire Zach. It changes. Everyone forgets about it. We're now in the 3rd year of doing this. It happened again. Look back at 2021. People said the same exact thing. We went to the Super Bowl. Now,
this would be nice.
Hurt? Yeah, Rob Duncan, can Joe have a damn normal NFL? Can we have a normal NFL offseason with Joe?
That would be nice.
We just hang out and practice and see him. Like, for crying out loud. And I know people are going to say that's an excuse, but we're going to find out. Like, after he wins all these Lombardis in Cincinnati, he's going to write a book about how much he was still in pain after the appendectomy.
Yeah, keep in mind we lost 7 games last year.
Yeah,
and that's the thing. And the thing is, like, there are teams. I can't remember who tweeted this out. Somebody tagged me on it, Twitter. I think there were 4 teams that started 0-2 and went out and won the Super Bowl. 2001 Patriots. I think the 1994 Dallas Cowboys. I can't remember the other one, but the next one's going to be the 2022-23 Cincinnati Bengals.
There you go. Kenny, it's obvious yesterday Joe was being cautious with the ball. You got it. No one is talking about it, and Joe said it himself. Go read the interview. Go read his answer. He specifically said that, I thought we took care of the ball better this time, like first half. Yeah, he swung the other direction, being a little too cautious. And it's not like he was taking chances against Pittsburgh. He was off. He was throwing a little too short. He was throwing a little too wide. He wasn't his typical laser accurate self. So they dialed it back some. I saw some potential, and he didn't take it. And he's got the arm. Like, people were worried about Andy Dalton making some of these throws or thinking he wouldn't because he doesn't think he can. Joe knows he can make those throws. He didn't pull the trigger. He will. Right. I have no worries that he's going to get that right. And he can also be tentative or off or whatever, and other things can be wrong. It could be play calling. I just need to see execution before I know anything about how I feel about play calling, because we don't know who's running the wrong route. We don't know who missed their block. We don't know who completely screwed up, overlooked, whatever. It all happens, and we're like, oh, well, why are they doing this? I saw somebody say, well, there's no one to push the safety away from the seam. Maybe somebody ran the wrong route.
Yeah.
You know, it's happening. I saw Joe Mixon. I saw Joe Money Mixon. I love Mixon. He is a phenomenal blocker. He ran into the back of Jonah. He was looking. My voice cracked. He was looking at Micah and ran on the back of Jonah.
Yep.
I don't even understand how that happens. That is not us. That is not our guys. They got to get it right.
One thing we got to say with too is I guess you can say it's an excuse, but I don't think it's an excuse. It's a fact. We played the longest season in NFL history. We had the shortest. Us in the Rams, because the Rams, yes, they won yesterday, but they didn't get off to a great start either. We played longer anyway. So is that a fact? Is it rusty? A little not as sharp as we like to be. Yeah, I think it is. Now, look at my boy Dean here. I think this is an interesting one. And I would personally like to see Chris Evans get on the field a little more. Not sure if you covered this, but maybe if we get some plays from Dak Hill and Chris Evans. I'm not worried about Dax Hill. The defense actually played. They didn't play as good as they did last week, I don't think, but Dax Hill is going to play. I'm not worried about him. He's getting on the field. Chris Evans is the one I would like to see get more touches. I'm not sure what your thoughts are on that there, Cap.
Yeah, Dax is a rookie. He's got, lose defense isn't simple. Dax is going to spend some time learning before he really gets a lot of time. So, the idea that we're just going to throw him in there, it's not going to happen. Chris Evans, we'll see some plays for him. I don't know how I feel about that too, because it's like, okay, Travion Williams is a great blocker at running back. Chris Evans has shown sparks too, but what are we doing that we can utilize him? I don't feel like we're getting open. I don't feel like we're giving Joe time to find anybody open. I don't feel like we're moving the line in the run block game. I don't feel like we're really doing anything. So sprinkle one more guy in and what? For him to get blown up on a short throw 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage? I'm kind of being facetious here, but I feel like if we fix the fundamental problems that's going on right now, and we will, then we'll see Chris Evans, and we'll see some packages for him.
Let's see here.
Yeah, there is. There absolutely is. And you can find some of the open men that we could be targeting and attack that in both of the last games. They're there. Do we change everything that we worked on the offseason and create absolutely, completely new schemes to make wide open receivers even more wide open? That doesn't make any sense to me. Saying it's silly, they are there. Now, is it operating at a Pat Mahomes, Chiefs, Andy Reid level? No, it's not. But you know what? Did you see Andy Reid? Genius Andy Reid, genius Eric Bieniemy, and the unflappable Patrick Mahomes got handed to him in KC by the Bengals.
Boom.
What? Did Andy Reid suck? Was a play call where Mahomes was running for his life? Was that just a terrible play call, or the one he threw the pick in overtime? No, that was a good defensive play. Pat threw a bad ball. He threw with two dudes there. No, Pat's trying to play a hero. He lost the game. If he'd have played average and not tried too hard, Chiefs might have beat us.
There you go. All right, what's your thoughts on Jesse Bates? Seems non-existent. And I won't say non-existent, but he seems rusty to me, especially on that, I think it was a second touchdown, or they basically just ran right across, right by him, and got it in the end zone. I think it was a second touchdown of the game. And to me, I think Jesse just looks rusty from not – you have to practice. Everybody keeps saying about playing the preseason games, but to me, you got to practice too. I mean, I know we're going through all these problems with the Bengals line, and let's be honest, they didn't practice that much together. And I don't know if it's just playing, injuries, And it just, that's the thing is to get ready for football, you got to practice, you got to play, you know. I know we're trying not to play.
Joe said they had a great week of practice. I don't know what that means after seeing how they opened up.
Right. That's
the
thing. It's like, I don't want to say they came out flat, but they didn't come out with energy. Or, I mean, the Cowboys just took it to them right away. And that was the surprising and frustrating part to me. I'm like, what are we doing?
Bridget and Greg Graves, you see Joe wanting out? No, I don't. I think they'll solve the offensive line issues. Charles Stanford talked about simplifying the offense more. I worry about that because they executed this stuff last year with less talent on the offensive line. I want Pollock to prove that, and I've talked to people around the offensive line game, some of the experts on Twitter. They had a lot of great things to say about how much Frank Pollock is respected across the NFL, because I wondered about that with Callahan being in Cleveland. Like, okay, do we have that same level of respect with Pollock here? And he's up there too. He's not that there, but he's up there. Dustin, they do feel detached emotionally. Reminds me how when a new employee starts a company after 8 months, their excitement's gone, that fire. I hate saying that because how do I know what they're thinking?
Well, the thing is,
feels that way.
It might not be that. It might be more of, like I just said, of such a long run last year and emotional and having these new guys. And I think it's more they're just rusty. That's just what it seems like to me.
Yeah.
Man.
I think they're rusty. I think they're frustrated that they're rusty. It's not clicking. They know they're better than that. But they're also not going to, like, I don't want to see somebody slamming their helmet on the sideline, like frustrated, mad. Like that to me means they lost it. Right. And everybody owns it. We do have wide receivers running the wrong routes or poor routes. We've got blockers missing assignments. We got running backs not hitting the hole they should. We got a quarterback. Everyone's doing it. Yeah, at least the Browns still haven't started 2-0. Oh my goodness. Yeah, at least we're not Browns fans. Yikes.
Oh, or the Ravens. I mean, they lost 14 points in a minute. What?
Apple got beat all game. Apple's grade was not good. I think he'll bounce back, but that hurt. Chris Evans again. Zach's already said today, use the first half to feel the other team out. That's polar opposite. So he didn't say that specifically. He doesn't mean that specifically. They will see what goes on in the first half because so here you've got a game plan based on what teams have done. You're trying to predict what they're going to do on defense. You've got a game plan. You've got the scripted plays, bop, 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 all the way down. You have to adjust. I mean, he's basically saying the obvious, and that's what every team does. They see what's going on defense, and they adjust. He's not going to get into detail beyond that as far as, like, in-game stuff, but that doesn't say – a lot of people are reading into some stuff from Zach or Callahan or whatever, and where they are, where they can, they're giving answers that, you know what, they realize they have an issue. They're going to be silent on how they're going to fix it.
Capel's got one here. It says a lot about our drives this week. Field goal, punt, kneel.
Amen.
Field goal, punt, TD, punt. Kevin Huber got a lot of reps for sure. I'd like to see him stay on the bench this week. Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah. Haas, why didn't we at least try to ice the kicker? The data, and remember, the Bengals are an analytic team now. The data shows that a kicker's field goal percentage goes up after icing. So that's probably why they did not ice it because, he made it. It's unfortunate, but they make more after a timeout.
All right, Greg here says we spent $75 million on the O-line. Zach's scheme. Joe's on record to get sacked or hit more than any QB ever. Save the franchise and get into play action before his career.
I saw
over.
Play action. They were running play action. Now to me, I want to see Boomer style play action where it fakes out the camera. and Joe can affect that. But the offensive line is not playing like it should on paper.
What about the two tight end set? I like that, to be honest.
See, they and even Joe. So that little scene where he's yelling over to Zach, and I'm specific about the language because people tried to twist the event that he was yelling at. No. He's yelling over to Zach. No empty. Because he saw the miscommunication in the offensive line. Mm-hmm. I bet he knows that Collins should have picked up Micah on one of the early
twice.
hits.
I'm pretty sure there were twice that he let him go, and I'm like,
so what? He's like, you know what? These guys aren't getting it done.
What are you doing?
No empty. So they bring in Mixon, extra blocker. Joe gets sacked anyway. I mean, what are we going to do? Have one guy running a route and everybody back to block, and Joe's still probably going to get sacked. I'm kidding, but I think overreacting and trying to change too much without trying to fix the core problem, and that's communication and execution on the offensive line, I think it's a mistake. Fix the offensive line.
I hate to say it. I thought we weren't going to have to say that this year, but it's annoying. Dusty says play action without being able to run the ball is pointless. There was a video showed the Cowboys weren't biting on the play action yesterday.
Here's the thing, though. The analytics will tell you that play action works without a threat of running, and they'll show some film. So hey, I have thought the same, and they'll show film of you get a linebacker looking just for a second trying to figure out. That's enough. But then again, you've got a QB throwing the ball out. You need to get rid of the ball. If we're going to run play action and sit on it, that's not going to work.
Exactly. All right, real quick, since we got a little break here in the questions, we'll get back to it. I want to try to promote this out because I'm trying to get as many people there as I can. I think it's been a lot of fun. But next Sunday, we're going to be at RJ's Theater. Next Sunday, and it's like I said before, it's right next to Jungle Gym's Eastgate. We'll be inside an actual movie theater. Those are the seats. We'll be sitting there watching the Bengals on a big screen like that. We'll be serving Jackpot Joey beer, wings, food, all kinds of stuff. You like bar food, you like Bengals fans. We're going to be giving away Jackpot Joey beer, giving away Jackpot Joey merchandise. There's no cost to get in. Obviously, you got to pay for your own food and drink. But other than that, it sounds like it'll be a lot of fun, and I can't wait. And I hope to see as many of you out there as I can. So make sure you come and join the party.
Also, if you lived closer, that's awesome.
Well, if you're up north, you can go to Bangalorian and Tyler's and Wrap Chicken, I think it is. They're having a watch party.
That's still way south. I'm trying to hold it down in Columbus. For years, we need a home base. So I think I'm going to head to the pub in Gahanna.
There you go.
This time.
Let's see here. One Nation says, I believe we're giving up 6 points in the second half overtime this year.
Just do that.
Right.
And here's the thing. It's not okay. People want to talk about Zach's play calling or whatever, but yet we are outscoring teams that much.
That's the thing. I've said this. I tell my son this the other day. I said, if we play the second half, if we play the first half like we did the second half in both games, we're 2-0. We are. I mean, we've gotten off to awful starts. It's just we're playing. I don't know. Just too many assignments, too many miscommunications. It's just.
I commented last year that too often Burrow started games slowly.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to talk about the offense, you want to talk about this and that. We've got false start penalties, we've got whatever. But Burrow, how many times do you look in the first half, first quarter, and he's missing guys that he doesn't miss?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to fix it.
All right, Justin Claus back in with the $5 super chat. Clarifying, emotional comment. Evans on a positive play yesterday. There wasn't excitement. Hilton broke up a pass, and everyone just jogged to the sidelines.
You got to think that's frustration.
Yeah, Hilton. Hilton had two of them. To be honest, Hilton had two of them he could have picked. I think that's the more they're this. It's like they know they're this close to turn this thing around, and I think that's the frustrating point is they know they're in these games, and if a play goes here, a play goes here, goes one way or the other for them in their favor, we win these damn games, and that's frustrating. That's frustrating to us as fans. It's like, dude, we're there. We're there. I thought for sure we were going to win that game. When we came back and scored that touchdown, and then we converted the 2-point conversion, I'm going nuts down here. I'm like, we're going to win this thing. And then we didn't. It's like, So
I've talked to fans who felt like we were not in either game. Like they had no confidence we were going to win either one. I'm like, I thought we were going to win both.
I thought, they weren't paying attention to the game then. I mean, because
the wife, we were at Pecan Pennies, and I said, well, we've got to score and we've got to get a 2-point conversion. She's like, we're the best 2-point conversion team in the league. We're going to get it. Sure enough, it made it look easy. I'm like, there we go. Yeah, I had every confidence that we were going to win, and man,
Charles needs a home base. He's in Washington Courthouse in Ohio and have no home base.
How long or how far are you from Gahanna? Like 45 minutes? Because I don't know about Washington Courthouse. Yeah, Rob Duncan, four quarters together. Exactly. That's all we got to do. You know what? And say what you want about a head coach's role. I don't want my head coach to constantly have to pick guys up. You got QB number 1 that's captivated the world. I guarantee Burrow can get that done. I wouldn't be surprised if they had a super secret players only meeting and Burrow got everybody together and we came out rolling against the Jets.
Sounds good to me. All right, WDN today. On a positive note, we have all these things we can fix and have only lost by way of a game-winning field goal so far. If we sharpen up, we will still be dangerous. Exactly. I mean, that's kind of what I keep trying to tell everybody. I was like, well, I'll just say we're this close. I mean, literally a kick here, kick there, play here, play there. We're winning both these games. Now, in my opinion, if we tighten everything up and we play to the ability that this team has, these games aren't even close, to be honest. If our offensive line is blocking and giving Joe time and making holes for Mixon to run through, and our defense plays like they can play, because let's all be honest, they're not playing to their ability. They're not playing to the talent of the team that is on this field. And we know, if either you're not a Bengals fan watching this, this team is more talented than the Squealers or the Cowboys. If we did that, these games aren't close. That's why I thought we might have a chance of going 10-0 when we started. But, hey, I was wrong. You can't get everything right.
Hey. Mari Hannah, how do we feel about Trey Hendrickson's performance? Trey's a stud. It kills me that we're not getting to the QB enough. I do not side with the analytics on that. I don't care about your pass rush win rate if you're not getting sacks. And for whatever reason, he was just always, for whatever reason, it was a quick passing game.
Yeah.
They know we can bring the rush. They know they've got QBs who aren't necessarily, teams aren't worried about. So they are getting the ball out quickly. But even the times where they threw it down the field, for whatever reason, we just couldn't get home.
Exactly.
That's new. WDN, absolutely. Big win Sunday. Right the ship. Honestly, a little bit of, karmic magic, to undo the ghosts of Mike White. Ooh. And beat him down in New Jersey. Like, why would you? That's like having the Bengals Stadium in Kentucky. Like, how do you feel like you're a Jet playing in New Jersey? But whatever. Beat them, white out in Cincinnati. And then we party like it's 2021.
There you go. Now, this is a good one, too. Fuji88 says, we haven't had to lead in either game. That helps sacks. Yes. Yeah, we've been playing from behind from jump.
Yeah,
jump shooting.
It is a lot harder to get sacked. Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, we're all the naysayers out there like, oh, these are all excuses. But they're facts. I mean, we're not making stuff up. This is legitimately what is going on in the game. So, I'm still not worried. I think we're going to go to New York, and I think we're going to win. Like I said, being silly. I mean, tongue in cheek, I said we're going to go 15-2. But hey, you never know. It could happen.
Hey, I like the positivity, because here's the thing: you got to remember, our negativity will not impact the team one iota, except for, heaven forbid, the boos on the field or players start to see it could get to them. I don't want my guys, when the game's on the line, randomly thinking about Bengals captain talking trash, saying Joe Burrow's got tiny hands. I don't want that in anybody's head. Positivity, what's it hurt? As long as you understand that your livelihood is not tied to the performance of this team. I can buy Bengals merchandise. I can go to games. Games are always a blast. Get to hang out with you, Jeff. Get to hang out with Bomb Squad. Get to hang out all these other tailgates. Meet these people. Win or lose, it's always a great experience at Paycor. I'm getting better. But you know what? They don't pay my bills. If they want to, you know where to find me. But they don't right now. So, keep everything in perspective. And just believe, and that Dalton's sign, just believe, man. That thing went through hell with me in the playoffs, and look what happened. It can happen again. It absolutely can happen again.
That's the thing. I think you just keep believing. I think we're going to get through this thing. All right, we're 52 minutes into this thing. I'm going to go join my boy at Bucketheads here tonight. We're going to go enjoy some delicious Jackpot Joey beer and watch Monday Night Football. So. Got any parting words for us, Cap, before I let you go? We do this thing. And hopefully next Monday will be a victory Monday, God willing. But got any parting words for us before I let you go for the week?
Hey, Keith, this is the same team that was a flag away from winning the Super Bowl. They'll turn it on. They absolutely – Joe Burrow is that same dude that we all know. Let's get him Sunday.
Boom. There you go. Hooday, Cap. I'll see you next Monday. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Like I said, it's not as bad as you think it is. I do think they're going to get it straightened out. There are lots of things that need to be fixed. Like I said, the offensive line issues. Like I said, the defense got to get off to a better start. Basically, in general, the team's got to get off to a better start. I still believe this team is too talented to play like this. They just are. They're just too talented to play like this. So that's where I'm at. I think we're going to be all right, but we'll see. I'm just a fan, but I'm here ride or die with my team. Shout out to DJ Reader. Shout out to Joe Mixon. They both were making the interesting comments on Twitter. Basically, you guys need to stay with us. I bleed orange to the day I die. Hooday, baby. BWO. Bengals World Order. We're going to have something for you. All right. Let's get to the Facebook groups that let me live stream. And as always, I appreciate every single one of them. They are Hooday Nation, Hooday Legion, Bearcat Ruckus, the Ohio State Bucknuts, the Ice Bar. And then you can follow me on all my social media platforms, all under Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Twitter handle is at Jeff A. Turnipole. TikTok is at Iceman90. YouTubers, I'm at 1,883 subscribers. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Trying to get to 2,000 as fast as I can. Remember, I'm going to do this a lot. I'll promote a lot of stuff because I've never actually done this before as far as having a watch party of our own. So I'm going to promote the hell out of this, and I'm hoping you guys show up and we have a great time. But we're having a watch party next Sunday at RJ Cinemas. I've said a couple times, right next door to Jungle Jim's Eastgate. Now, I'm a West Side boy. If I can drive there, you can drive there. So my West Siders, come on out to the East Side and check it out. We got nice cushy seats. We have it's literally a movie theater that we can watch the game on a jumbo screen. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So join me out there. Like I said, we'll be giving away some Jackpot Joey beer, some Jackpot Joey merchandise and stuff. And we're going to be rooting the Bengals on to beat the freaking Jets. I cannot wait. I wish you'd already get here because I'm tired of fighting with people on Twitter already. I try not to fight. I try to be optimistic as much as I can, But a lot of stuff I think is communication issues. And you can say what you want that we should have it already fixed out, but we have basically 5 new guys that have never played together before. And when you're that offensive line, as Dave Lappin says, you got to be that fist. And all of you got to be going in the right direction, pulling the rope the same direction. If somebody goes and blocks, double teams somebody, and lets a guy run free, that's a missed assignment. That's from not playing together, I think. I think they're going to get it straightened out. We'll see what happens. Anyway, other than that, I'll see you guys tomorrow. And that's just sports, baby. See ya! Let's go.
black and white. Cause when the jungle come alive, who day we ignite and Cincinnati, we gon' rise and in the jungle we unite and drippin' orange and black and white. Who day when we fight, live and die in Detroit. Wake up the beast, every day is a feast. Time to bust it off the leash. In the jungle drippin' heat, tigers strike the city streets. East side stand up, west side stand up. If you reppin' who day, time to put your hands up. Bingo stripes, we in it. New day, new age, yeah, we get it. Cincinnati jungle fit it. Blue day in our house, we win it. Orange and black and white, we build it. Earn our stripes, you know we kill it. Bleed our colors, jungle drippin', nasty, natty, yeah, we lit it. Lit the crowd, get the city loud. Yeah, we feastin' now. Fit the pounce, make the city howl. Now we beastin' now. Thunder through the tunnel, from the sideline to the huddle. Stripes we tatted on the jungle when we flex that who they muscle on them. Cincinnati, we gon' rise and in the jungle we unite and drippin' orange and black and white. All day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Now who gotta move like it on? Now who wanna move dancing on? Now who wanna move on? If you got stripes and you let the city know you rock 'em, yeah we got 'em, yeah we fought 'em. Like that black and orange upon 'em, bingo bottle, never stop it till the beast and know who they rockin' with the diamond stripes, flossin' on the ring. Cincinnati, she's our queen, we gon' show the world who king. Orange in the day, black in the night. Stripes in our veins, sparks gonna fly. The beast is awake, orange, black and white. Cause when the jungle come alive, who day we ignite and Cincinnati, we gon' rise and in the jungle we unite and drippin' orange and black